Imagine a courtroom drama so bizarre, so unprecedented, that it defies belief. A trial where the accused is not just dead but 9 months deceased, his rotting corpse exhumed, dressed in papal robes, and propped on a throne to face charges of treason and sacrilege. This isn't a scene from a macabre fantasy. This is the chilling true story of the Cadaver Synod, an event so dark, so utterly scandalous, that it sent shockwaves through the very foundations of the Roman Catholic Church. This is the tale of Pope Formosus, and the Pope who put him on trial, Stephen VI, a moment forever etched as one of the darkest chapters in papal history. To understand this bizarre spectacle, we must first journey back to the chaotic 9th century, a period often called the Dark Age of the papacy. Rome was not the spiritual beacon we often imagine, but a political battlefield. Powerful noble families, vying for control, saw the papal throne as the ultimate prize, a source of immense spiritual authority and temporal power. Popes rose and fell with terrifying frequency, often at the whims of ruthless factions. Loyalty was fleeting, and ambition deadly. It was a time of shifting alliances, betrayals, and ruthless power grabs, where the sacred often blurred dangerously with the profane. Not a Roman by birth, but from Porto, he was an experienced and well-respected diplomat, having served various popes with distinction. He even undertook crucial missions to the Byzantine Empire and the Frankish court. But Formosus had a powerful enemy, Marinus, who became Pope Marinus I. Years before his papacy, Formosus had been excommunicated by Pope John VIII for alleged treason and for supposedly seeking to become Bishop of Bulgaria, a charge he always denied. Though later absolved, these old grievances simmered, particularly with the powerful Spoleto faction, a dominant noble family in central Italy. Formosus was a man of integrity, but in the treacherous waters of 9th century Roman politics, integrity could be a fatal weakness. Formosus ascended to the papacy in 891 AD. His reign was dominated by the complex and dangerous political landscape of Italy and the Holy Roman Empire. The powerful Duke Guy III of Spoleto had forced Pope Stephen V to crown him Holy Roman Emperor. Formosus, wary of Spoleto's growing power, sought to balance it. He invited King Arnulf of Carinthia, a rival to the Spoleto family, into Italy. Arnulf successfully marched on Rome, seized it, and Formosus crowned him emperor in 80. This was a bold move, effectively undermining the Spoleto dynasty and marking Formosus as a key player in imperial politics. But this defiance would have grave consequences. Just months after crowning Arnulf, Pope Formosus died in April 896 AD. His death, while perhaps natural, was suspiciously sudden, given the volatile political climate. His passing ushered in a rapid succession of short-lived popes. First, Boniface VI, who died just 15 days into his papacy. Then, Stephen VI, a Roman who had been elevated to the bishopric of Anagni by none other than Formosus himself. Stephen, however, was a staunch supporter of the Spoleto faction, the very family Formosus had defied. With Stephen on the throne, the stage was set for a terrifying act of revenge, an act fueled by deep-seated political grievances and a chilling disregard for the sanctity of the dead. In January 897 AD, just 9 months after Formosus's death, Pope Stephen VI convened the most infamous trial in papal history, the Cadaver Synod. The body of Pope Formosus was exhumed from its tomb, reportedly well preserved enough to still wear its vestments. His decaying corpse was then propped up on a throne in the Basilica of St. John Lateran. Dressed in pontifical robes, a deacon was assigned to speak for the deceased pope, while Stephen VI, his face contorted by rage or fanaticism, hurled accusations at the silent defendant. The charges were familiar: violation of canon law, perjury, and performing episcopal functions while a layman. But the true charge was a posthumous punishment for defying the Spoleto family. The trial was a horrifying farce. Stephen VI railed against the silent corpse, accusing Formosus of illegally transferring bishoprics, particularly of having been Bishop of Porto, while also being Bishop of Rome. In an era where such transfers were forbidden, Stephen used this technicality to invalidate Formosus's entire papacy. Not surprisingly, the deceased was found guilty. The verdict was swift and brutal. All of Formosus's acts and ordinations were declared null and void. The papal vestments were stripped from the corpse, the fingers used for blessings were cut off, and the body was dragged through the streets of Rome before being thrown into the Tiber River. It was a grotesque act of desecration, designed to utterly erase Formosus from papal history and send a chilling message to any who dared to defy the powerful factions. But Stephen VI had miscalculated. The public reaction to the Cadaver Synod was one of shock and horror. Even in that tumultuous era, desecrating a pope's body was a step too far. The sheer sacrilege of the act appalled the Roman populace and many within the church. The Tiber River, almost symbolically, washed Formosus's body ashore, where it was retrieved by sympathetic monks and secretly reburied. The outrage grew into open rebellion. Stephen VI was quickly deposed, imprisoned, and strangled in his cell just months after the Cadaver Synod. His ignominious end was a clear sign that even in a dark age, some lines simply could not be crossed. Stephen's successor, Pope Romanus, immediately annulled the synod's acts. Then, Pope Theodore II, in a very short pontificate, formally rehabilitated Formosus, reinterred his body in St. Peter's Basilica with full honors, and reinstated all the clerics he had ordained. However, the controversy didn't end there. Yet another pope, Sergius III, a staunch enemy of Formosus and part of the Spoleto faction, later reaffirmed the Cadaver Synod and ordered a laudatory inscription for Stephen VI. It took several more decades and numerous reversals before Formosus's papacy was fully and definitively recognized as legitimate. The Cadaver Synod left an indelible stain, forever exposing the raw, brutal political realities that could twist even the holiest of offices. The Cadaver Synod remains a shocking testament to the depths of political animosity and sacrilege in the early medieval papacy. It serves as a stark reminder that power, when unchecked, can lead to monstrous acts, even within institutions claiming divine authority. While the Church has since moved far beyond such dark practices, the story of Pope Formosus and his posthumous trial stands as a chilling historical warning, a bizarre yet crucial chapter in the endless human struggle between faith and ambition, and a testament to how easily the sacred can be profaned by the corrupting influence of earthly power.